Hello everybody to today's online academy. Today's online academy will be about the new article handling in the EX 2025 version and the general improvements of articles or the article handling. Here for you today I have made a PowerPoint presentation with all the different kind of topics or improvements I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show you live in EMOS how to use that kind of function. Okay, so first of all, I'll start with a change inside the article designer of EMOS. And inside the article designer, we are able to attach surface connectors to any kind of part inside the article designer itself. So here, hardware components can be placed on surfaces of parts in the article designer. Hardware components like recessed lights, cable apertures, ventilation grills, maybe some legs, height adjustable legs, something like this. And our goal here for this, let's say, improvement is that we have less and easier data setup for our parts, and we have more flexibility within our article inside the article designer. So let me actually show you what that means. So if we go to the EMOS CAD, here I have created a small order where I can show you all the features. And let's say for an example, these base units you see here, they don't have any kinds of height adjustable leg connectors attached at the bottom shelf. So I have the show connectors visible, but there are no leg connectors here. So what I can do now, I can go inside the article designer of the base unit or the article. Let me just maybe isolate them, and I'll activate the show construction button. So you see that what will happen directly. So here for the bottom shelf, I have a construction principle that is just like a normal bottom shelf from getting started. Like you should know, it's nothing different. It's just a edge front, edge back. When I go inside the part definition, you will see we haven't added any kinds of leg connectors or something like here, right? Okay, so what I can do now is if I want to add connectors that are added to the surface of this part, like the legs, I can go inside the IX properties. You see here the connection situation, surface connector. Then I can click on the three dot button and select the connection situation for the legs that I want to use. So maybe we go for getting started. We go for legs, caster, base adjust elements, kitchen adjusters, and then here we have the base height adjusters. Let me take the K1, then I press on the apply button, and then this part will get the legs attached to, or the surface connector attached to the part itself, right? So I don't have to create another part definition for that, for the bottom shelf. I can just add them, in a flexible way inside the article designer. And this not only goes for like leg adjusters. You can also go ahead, maybe go to the wall units here, go inside the wall unit inside the article designer. Here we have the top shelf. I can also add a light, something like this, spotlights or whatsoever. to the top shelf, and then I can go inside the article related variables and switch the lighting to, there it is, maybe put some uplights like this, and then just add these surface connectors to the part. Or yeah, the surface connectors, you can also add like ventilation shafts if you want to. If we have a high, a tall cabinet like this, we can go also inside the top shelf. You see here one more time. This, oops, let me go inside the construction principle. And the part definition, this part definition doesn't have any connection situations for this kind of ventilation shafts. And I can just go here inside the surface connector, press on the dot button, and add a ventilation shaft here to that top shelf. There's, if you add one surface connector here, a second row of surface connectors will pop up, because you can add as many surface connectors as you want to here in this setting. So it doesn't matter how many surface connectors you're adding to one part, you can always add another one. So if I take the same one again, just copy this, put it in, you will see a third row will be appearing, right? And then I can add a third, a fourth, and a fifth one. Yeah, for almost any parts, we have the ability to attach these surface connectors. You see the top shelf has the setting, the bottom shelf, the left and the right side panel. You have to switch first to connection situation, the setting in the IX properties. And then here you have also the surface connectors for the left side panel, the surface connectors for the right side panel, surface connectors for the door or the front, surface connectors for the back panel. What we don't have is we don't have surface connectors for the dividers, and we don't have surface connector settings for the drawers. Okay, there's one more thing I want to show you, and let's say I have some surface connectors with a specific linear division that is not centered. So maybe I go to the right side panel here, I go to the surface connectors, I take like this ventilation shaft that will be added to the side. So you see right here, it's at the top, because the linear division of this connection situation says first linear division 1 to 100 millimeter, right? And with this button here, I can choose from which kind of corner the linear division of the surface connector will be set. So right now, let's say I have the corner 1. The corner 1 is the upper left corner here of the panel. Then I click on it, then it switches to 2. The second corner is the bottom left one. Now the linear division goes from this side, from the bottom edge here, 100 millimeter to 1. If I click another time on this setting, then it will become the bottom right edge. The second linear division is directly in the middle, so this is why nothing is happening right now, but it will switch to the third one. And if I switch to the fourth corner of the panel, you see it's back up here. So you can even switch references if you want to for that surface connector. Okay, so for this topic, general article designer surface connectors, this was anything I had to tell you about. Now let's jump to the second improvement. The second improvement is called the cross-article modify stack. So in previous EMOS versions, 2023 and before, we had a situation sometimes where we had to use modifiers here in the IX properties. And these modifiers, maybe I'm selecting an edge now. You see here, I have some wall units to the left, a high board to the right, and here this wall shelf is not going all the way to the right tall cabinet. And here I can just select my edge like this. And sometimes I want to use modifiers like the joint functions here, butt joint or adjust edge, extend to polyline. And I want to close the gap between these part, the shelf and the high or the tall tank cabinet. So I use the butt joint function, select this, the other part of the tall cabinet, and then I press on OK. So what will happen now is in the older versions, when we have refreshed these articles or we have moved these articles away, then the modifier will be not deleted, but the modifier will lose its position, and then you have to do the modifier over and over again, right? But now in the newer function, you have something called cross-article modify stack. So when I use specific modifiers, and these modifiers are modifiers like butt joint or setting connection situations. So what was it called? These two, the joint functions are supported for cross-article modifier stack, and the functions of setting connection situations. So you will see here that these two articles, this is a wall shelf, this is one article, this is a tall cabinet. If I go inside the modifiers, you see that the tall cabinet has a cross-article link modifier because it's pointing to the modifier of the wall shelf. So it always knows where the modifier is coming from. And on the wall shelf itself, if I go inside the modifier stack, you will see here the modifier butt joint. And when I either refresh my articles or even if I move my article, let's say I take the tall cabinet here, I move it away, let's say for 500 millimeters, then the modifier will be reapplied automatically, so I don't have to reuse it again. So in general, it's just an improvement on specific modifiers that I can use across multiple articles or in combination with multiple articles, and I don't have to reuse them over and over again when I'm moving the article away or when I'm refreshing articles, something like that. Like I said, this does not only go for these joint functions, but also when I select both of the parts here, I can set up a connection situation. I just take a very simple dowel connection technology. So, or maybe cam dowel, doesn't matter. You see here. And when I'm going to move this article again, say I put it back to the original position like this, then these modifiers will be reapplied automatically and they won't forget that they were even there. Like I said, okay. And when I go back inside the tall cabinet, you see now we have a cross-article link modifier and the connection situation modifier, and on the wall shelf I have the butt joint modifier and the cross article link that points to the connection situation modifier of the tall cabinet. Okay. Okay, just a small improvements. And for another example, you can set like this connection situation where you have two panels side by side, and then use a screw connection to attach these two panels or to combine them, to connect them together. Yeah, and the goal here was it saves and reapplies modification across articles, and it should just be faster and easier to use now. Yeah, this was our goal. Good. The next point is the article placement and positioning. In general, the whole article placement and positioning is different now. What has been changed? We get a dynamic measurement input around our articles to all close objects. So we get additional information of distances to the wall, to the to, let's say, for an example, this wall shelf here. When we insert it from our article center, it will give us the distance to the back wall, to the right wall. It will give us the distance to the left article, to the closest left article, and to the floor as well. And the article placement is way easier to use now, because all of these settings, you get all these distances at once, and it overrides all the snapping functions as well. And also, all article types are supported. If you have an article, a C-construction article, a normal article, a door or window type of article, installation articles, objects, decoration articles, every article type is supported. And let me show you what that actually means. So when I'm going to insert an article, so let's say I go with another base unit, or maybe another wall unit. So I go to the getting started ones, kitchen, wall units in, let's say, 650 millimeter height. I take the one with two doors like this. Then I can grab this article, and you will see all around the articles there are distances with the dynamic input. And when I press the tab key, I can cycle through all these distances. Maybe you already know these, the cycling through the text boxes or input boxes, like the room planner doors and windows. When you insert them, it's just the same. But now you get all the distances in one go. So I can type in, I want to have exactly 200 millimeters from the right wall. And maybe I want to have an insertion height, not like the standard insertion height is 1385, but maybe I only want to have 1000 millimeters. Like this. I can put it down, and then I can cycle through the settings again. Of course, the the distance is stuck now, so I cannot, even if I move my mouse at 200 millimeters from the right side, from the right wall, and the 1000 millimeters from the floor is fixed now. What I can do still is I can attach it to the wall completely. So you see here, this is the distance to the back wall. And here I can say, okay, maybe here I want to have 100 millimeters from the back wall. And now I am happy with my article, so I can not move it around with my mouse at all, because in X-axis, in Y-axis, and in Z-axis, I have made, let's say, a change to that distance. And then when I press the return key, the enter button now, I can insert my article like this, and it will positioned in just the way I want it to be positioned. So article placement is much easier to use now. So even if you move, even if you use settings like stretching articles. So if you use stretch articles, for instance, you will see that when I stretch the article to one side, to the left side, let's say, I get 3 text boxes now. This text box here is the distance from the current left side of my article to the nearest left object. So if I put it to 0, I will stretch it completely towards the right side panel of the tall cabinet. But I can also go ahead and choose the distance from the beginning of the article or the right side. So this is the total width of my article. Maybe I want to have a total width of 1200 millimeters, so it will change. Or I can use this combo box or this text box here. And this is the distance from the original point where the side panel was at the beginning before I stretched it. And here I can say I want to add maybe only 150 millimeters, or I want to make the article 150 millimeters smaller. So I can use negative numbers here as well. So right now the article is 150 millimeters smaller than before, or now it's 200 millimeters bigger, or I want to say, okay, I want to have it flush to the left tall unit. Then I make it like this, and then I press the return key, and then I'm happy with the with its stretching article. Or even if you have like if you go ahead and insert installation objects like this power socket here, when I go near the wall, you will see here I will get the distances from the bottom, from the floor. Then I will get the distance towards the ceiling of my room. Then I get the distance to the back of the wall, to the left of the wall, or to the right of the wall. Because this is an installation object, it only refers to the wall, outside wall dimensions, and not other articles. So be aware with that. But also inserting like these power sockets should be way easier now. So let's say I go for 1100 from the bottom, 350 from the left, and insert, and then I'm good to go. Of course, if you don't use this function, normal snapping functions will still occur. So if I copy, let's say if I have this base unit, I can copy my article. And then if I don't use the text boxes, you will see that the normal snapping functions will still be available for me. Like this, just snap it, click it, and then you're good to go. Okay, maybe I'm going to delete this one now. I really like this improvement of the article positioning because it's way more user-friendly and it's focused on mostly on the sales, on a salesperson. So it's faster if you do a presentation. It's faster, to set up this order and with all the articles. Okay, and for the almost last point, not the last point, but one more point that we have is the article positioning when it comes to the base points. The base points in EMOS were already existing, but they really not had a good use that we had before. But now we can align articles with other articles already existing in the order with the base points of the said articles. So the base points, they have a snapping feature that lets you align articles precisely by matching their base points with each other. So here it should be easier to align articles. It should be faster, and it automatically detects other article base points if you go near them with another article. And I'll show you what I mean with that. So let's say, so this bar socket I'm going to delete now. So let's say I have this filler, not filler, a niche wall cabinet like this, and I want to insert this niche wall cabinet below my wall units, and maybe I want to insert it right at the middle of the middle wall cabinet. You see right now, I can just snap to the right side or to the left side, but I cannot snap it to the middle. So what I do now is, it doesn't matter in which kind of camera orientation or view cube orientation I'm at, I can just go ahead when I'm inserting it, right click, select the base point. You see the base points are at the corners of the article or in the middle between two corners. So here, this is my base point that I'm going to select. You see in red, the base point has been changed now to the top middle point of the top shelf. And when I go near another article with this article now, it will automatically activate the other base points of the article that is near to mine. So now I can just go ahead and align these two base points to each other, and they will snap in place like this. So, and it doesn't matter if I'm like watching from the top now, I can just align this article to the bottom side of my wall unit and just place it with a left click. You see here that it's positioned just the way I wanted it to be. So from here on, maybe I can go ahead and stretch it, maybe to the bottom or something like this. Just use the normal stretching functions or whatsoever, and then you have your your points positioned correctly. Another way to use the base point alignment is when you are inserting fillers on wall units, tall units, whatsoever. So let's say if I want to insert a base filler here to the left side of my kitchen, I double click it, and you will already see from this view, when I'm trying to put it here inside the niche, it doesn't really work much. It's like struggling around. It cannot go inside, so I had to move my camera around, and here I can use the snapping function, but this is not necessary anymore because I can just go ahead, right click, choose a base point. Maybe I choose the base point at the front top right corner. Now I go with the base filler near my base unit, align the two base points here, and insert it without any struggle, without any hesitation. Okay. So you have to just try out how to use it. New article positioning. It should be easier than before. And the last thing I want to show you is if you are inserting FXF objects or object designer articles, you will get a real-time 3D preview. So for an example, if you have let's say here, this room is a bedroom, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up a new drawing, and maybe I'll go to bedroom articles. I'll put in a 1.4 meter bed, and then I have maybe two nightstands to the left here, and another one to the right. You see here I have 3 articles, and now I will make these 3 articles in a new selection, in a new group. say bed, Online Academy, nightstand. Okay, and then now I have the ability to save these three single articles as a whole group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press on the Save Article button, select the bed here, and now it will save an FXF file of all the articles together inside my article center of EMOS to the database. So I'm going to save it, generate preview image, I save it here, FXF link, okay. And when I'm going to insert this bed now here in my order, you go to Online Academies, FXF link, here it is. When I double click it, I will get a real-time 3D preview of the FXF file when I'm inserting it. So here I can maybe insert it in my bedroom, and then maybe move my articles again and say I want to have it flush to the back wall, something like this. And then it's easier for me to do that kind of things. You will already see that inside the article designer, if I go inside the element manager now, you will see that this is not a real article, it's just an FXF FXF file saved to my article center. So this also goes for object designer articles. So let's say here I have an article created by the object designer, and when I double click it and I'm going to insert it, you see already you have a detailed 3D preview from the FXF file. So I can just put it somewhere outside here, and you see that the object designer article is already inside. And maybe I can show you, this is a real object designer article, not an article designer article. Okay. Yeah, these were all the improvements we had for the 25 version for the, let's say, the article handling, general improvements of the article designer. Thank you very much for watching this online academy, and we see you on the next one.